just want to talk.
Welcome to We Just Want to Talk. I'm Debbie.
And I'm Mariam, and all we want to do is talk about Tegan and Sara.
Let me just say a disclaimer. When we recorded this episode, I have a cat in my room, and she's been meowing the whole time. So please excuse the cat because there's nothing I can do about it.
Ooh, I'm a cat.
Hello, everyone. How have you been? Today's episode involves only myself, Mariam, and Debbie,
Me.
my co-host. And it's going to be about our favorite, or one of our favorite eras, which is If It Was You.
Yes, in preparation for the Not Tonight tour, we decided to have a whole episode about the If It Was You era. And we don't have any guests because we're recording this on Christmas Day. We don't have any plans today. Like I spent Christmas Eve with friends yesterday, but today I had no plans, so we decided to record
And
today since
I
we're
personally
both.
do not celebrate Christmas, but I had some really good donuts today, and tomorrow there's like a family thing going on.
Yeah.
But before we begin, this is a shout out to one of my students who begged for a shout out. Hi, Jida, please stop listening. This is not for you. Go to sleep, honey.
Shout out, Gita. Thanks for listening.
Oh my God. I'm like, please stop listening. You're like, thanks for listening. And to anyone from 9B, shout out to all of you. Go study, have finals after Christmas break.
No, bad idea.
Anyway, yeah, like I said, it's the episode about If It Was You. And if you know me, you know that If It Was You is my favorite Tegan and Sara album. Well, Crybaby and If It Was You always like they're rivaling, they're competing, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Sometimes if it was you, sometimes it's Crybaby, but as of an era, it is my favorite era, even though back then I was only 8
I
and
was, if
basically,
it was you, is it 2002? I was 13. And it was a very troubled age for
yeah.
me, 13,
Why?
14.
Can you tell us why?
No, like in school, I just really felt like I didn't fit in anywhere. Like I didn't feel like I was like other my friends in school. Like I felt very different from them. And like I had just become a teenager, right? 13. I didn't know anything about life, so I didn't really understand what was going on. Like why was I so different from them? I was bullied a lot. Like
Yeah,
I
me
didn't
too.
stand up for myself. I was just like kind of in a like autopilot going to school and home, and I had a lot
Same.
of extracurriculum activity. Like
You told me
I
about
had
that, yeah.
sports, I had English classes after school, I had I think I studied like piano and
Piano, music, you told me.
at some point in my life. So like I didn't have time to think of anything other than, you know, school and
But you
not
were
work. But
aware, you were conscious a bit, right? Like,
that's the thing. I didn't have time to be conscious about anything because I was so busy
so
just
you don't
living.
remember that like era clearly?
So yeah, 2002. Yeah, I think I probably dissociated a lot too. So when I listened to If It Was You, um, it's next to Crybaby. It's my favorite as well. I think it might be because of even though I wasn't a fan then, it represents a time in my life where I was figuring a lot of things out, but at the same time didn't understand anything that was happening. Um, no, I was gonna say that Crybaby, it's my favorite probably because it was the first album that I
You saw,
witnessed. Yeah,
yeah,
like
or
the from beginning to release.
and then
So
I
that's
guess
very special
that's
to
why
me.
Heartthrob is very, very special to me as well.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I think that that happens with a lot of fans. Like when they
Yeah.
become a fan of a band, the first album that they release right after is the first one that you experience
But
in
we can't
full.
deny that Crybaby is really special for many reasons, and like the songs
Many
in there are
reasons.
very like
Yeah. But I cannot totally
they're
understand
touching.
other fans who are like, oh, I love Crybaby for the same reasons that we love.
Mm.
But they still have a very special place for that first album that they saw being released, you know?
I'm not sure why If It Was You is like my favorite or very special to me. I just because in 2002, well, I was not aware of anything, but I remember it was a happy time in my life. 2002, my aunt came. I lived in Iraq back then, and I remember my aunt came, and she came on a ship. I remember, like we not on a plane. I think she was
Oh
in
wow,
Dubai,
that's
I
interesting.
think.
From where? From Dubai?
I think Dubai. Or is it Canada, Dubai? I don't know. I'm not sure. And basically my cousin is my age, and like and she had like a younger sibling who's also my cousin, of course, but she was very like young. And it was summer, and it's very hot in Iraq. And I just remember going out every single day and like having fun, and also fighting with my cousins a lot, like my other cousins, and like being so jealous because they get to play all night long, because we lived in a separate house and then they stayed with my cousins, and like I
Were
wanted
you
to be
younger
there.
than them?
I was no, I was 7, 8, something like that. I'm born 1994, so I don't know, do the math. And my cousin, the one that came, was born in 1995, so basically 6 months apart from me.
But the other
And
cousins, I mean.
the other cousins, basically, yes, one is 2 years older and the other is 3 years older. But that's the only thing that I remember. It was a good time, it was a happy time. And then in 2003, I don't remember anything. I just remember that my mom was pregnant with my sister, and I remember that we went to my grandma's place, my mom's mom, because in March, apparently, I didn't know it was March, I didn't know anything,
Yeah.
but it was war,
Yeah.
The American Iraqi war, and that's basically how my consciousness developed. That
2004. Oh yeah.
no, three, it was 2003. Um,
2003, yeah.
and I remember it was like a nice summer. I just didn't know what was going on, but I was traumatized. But
Hmm.
what I'm saying, all of this is like, if it was you, reminds me of the war, even though I didn't know it then.
No,
But it
but
doesn't.
it reminds you of a very good time in your life right before all of that
Poor,
happened.
exactly. But it also reminds me of my college days, because that's the album that I would hear
Oh
24/7 and
yeah,
cry and bawl
that's
my eyes
nice.
out.
Hmm.
It's like basically Not Tonight, City Girl. Oh, City Girl, I would cry and cry and cry.
Oh
Like
yeah.
walking, I would just walk these like because I used to walk a lot when I was in university. I didn't like taking rides. I didn't like taking like I would walk just to free my head, and I would walk from one class to the other, and it would be like a long
Hmm.
distance. And I remember it was very cold, like at 8 in the morning, and I'm walking and I'm like freezing to death, and I'm just listening to this music. And I had just discovered Tegan and Sarah, and I'm crying and my eyes
So
out because of
did you explore Tegan and Sarah like by the albums? Would you listen to an album in full for a few times
yeah, yeah,
before?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So you would listen to the albums individually, and that's how you learned their discography? Because for me, I just saved all of them in a playlist, and then I would listen to them like in rotation,
I
but
don't
not
remember
specifically
exactly.
the albums
No, I don't
at one
remember.
like at a time.
It was 2013, so I don't remember much. And we didn't have those smartphones that we have right now. We didn't have
Oh, that's true.
basically
So you would listen to the
Spotify.
albums. That's
So
true. It
I
was a
would put
different time
everything
as
on my
well. I
phone.
forgot about
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I would
Cool.
like, I don't remember much, but I remember just listening to like getting, I'm ADHD, so I get hyper fixated on something. And I got
Yeah.
very hyper fixated on Not Tonight because of the performance of Not Tonight, I'm on Fire that Sarah and
Mm-hmm.
Tegan did.
Everything in my body says not tonight. Everything in my body said no. Hey little girl, is your daddy home? Did he go and leave you all alone? Got a bad desire. Oh, I'm on fire.
And I was like, that's the best song ever. And I remember downloading that and like the original Not Tonight. And I was just like, I love this album so much. And I read the Hotel New Hampshire as well, because there are lyrics from that book.
Yeah, two of the songs were based
Mm,
on the book. Not
yeah.
Tonight and
Under, no, not A Terrible Storm. I think
Terrible
Terrible
Storm.
Storm. Yeah. So
Yes.
I was very obsessed with that album, but also what got my attention that album is that the way that Tegan and Sarah looked then, they were majestic. Like I was very attracted to them. Like I don't know, I felt like they were my age. Well, they were young, they were my age, I guess.
They
But
were 21, 22.
22, yeah, so basically close to my age. But I was like, yeah, like very, very attractive, very beautiful. And I was just attracted to that era because they were funny and like I guess because I became a fan during Heartthrob, they were more into the masculine side. I'm more into the feminine type
Right,
of,
exactly. I was gonna
yeah,
say that that's when they started
being
dressing a
androgynous a
little bit
bit.
more, yeah,
Well,
not
it's not
because
that.
until
It's during the con era that they started to dress a bit more androgynous. But yeah, white clothes and like,
it was
changing
before
their
they
style.
started dressing more androgynous. It was
Yeah,
during If It Was You and So Jealous, because before If It Was You was also a time where they would like their clothing weren't very gendered. It was very like
yeah,
neutral
yeah.
presenting until If
Mhm.
It Was You.
Yeah, it was
And
very feminine, a very feminine album. It has
and I
this
think
feminine
like the
energy
youth, they were very young. That's very attractive. They were
and
like the
very
thematics
beautiful.
of the album were very aggressive and very like heart
Yeah.
wrenching, and that's also attractive.
The hair also, like the black dyed hair and like the
Mhm.
bangs and all of that. I don't know. It's just like there's something about the early 2000s that I deeply love that I also connect to this album. And it's late 90s and 2000, like you said, because the good time that I had before the war. It's like because after it,
Yeah, and
everything just went to shit.
yeah, and the early 2000s, like technology was starting to become a
Yeah,
thing that it was in everyone's houses. Everyone's home would have computers.
exactly.
That's when it started to happen. So
Yeah.
it was a transition between like when they were totally off the grid and then starting to appear online, and then when their fan base started to grow a little bit more. But
True.
at the same time, there was no a lot of technology, so they were still very detached from other people's opinions all the time. They were
Uh-huh.
like, it was one of the last years where they
But
would
they
have to
did
go
connect with their
on the
fans on I found their old website this summer, by the way. Did I tell you about that?
yeah, they
The
would,
very, very old website of If It Was
yeah,
You, the tour
yeah,
and the
yeah,
archives, yeah.
they would upload on the website and stuff, but they would have to go to cyber houses at the
Mm.
time. It wasn't like on your phone, so it was a very different time, and one
No,
of the
no.
last times where that would happen. So that's also interesting about that era.
And you know what
Like
basically there's
they
this
struggled a lot because they had to do things
and
like
it
by
was their
themselves without all
relationship
of the
was also rocky, their
technology.
relationship. Yeah. But
Also, yeah, but
there's this photo shoot during the If It Was You era before we get into like talking about like the album and everything. Well, do you have any Tegan and Sarah news before that? Like,
there's no Tegan and Sara news.
wow.
Tegan posted twice on TikTok, um, but that's it. They didn't really. They're very off the grid right now. Sarah
Yeah.
posted on Where's the Good Girl
This is a
Instagram.
very, very quiet time. It feels a lot like 2021 before they like release a lot of shit. Anyway, the release date of If It Was You, we have to mention that it was August 20th, 2002. So that's the time, that golden time that I was talking about earlier. So this is their third album. It came after This Business of Art and Under Fear
Mm-hmm.
Like Ours, and then This Business of Art. It was produced by John Collins and David Carswell, and it was recorded on, I can't see, can you see?
Galliano.
On Galliano Island with additional recording at the Factory Studio. I need glasses, what the hell? As well as And Darling being recorded at Tegan's house. Well, the track list of If It Was You, we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about our favorite songs, but we're first. Okay, I'm gonna mention the track list and then say the trivia, and then I'll talk about the songs. Okay. And we have first Time Running, You Went Away, Monday, 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 which we still hear right till now, and we still write and still sing till now. City Girl, one of my favorites, Not Tonight, my favorite out of the album. Underwater, I Hear Noises, my favorite music video. Living Room, they still sing it until now. Terrible Storm, and Darling, This Thing That Breaks My Heart, Want to Be Bad, Don't Confess. Actually, maybe Don't Confess. No, actually, it's Not Tonight. No, I'm not gonna confess. Okay, what's your favorite then?
You Went Away is my favorite, but it's like up there with Don't Confess.
All right. Trivia. Well, Tegan has said that the title of this album comes from lyrics in a song that they have not released. I would die to get the song if it was
Yeah, it's the
like
same
hear it.
as Love You to Death.
Love You
Like
to Death. I would die to hear both of
they
those.
titled the album from lyrics, but we don't know the songs where the
Yeah.
lyrics are from.
Because I'm pretty sure it's very sad, like song. I don't know. None of the original demos of the songs on this album have ever been released. I hope they release them soon, since there is an upcoming tour about that.
Is that true? For If
And
It
I
Was
took
You,
that.
they've never
Oh, by the
released any
way,
of
and
the
we need to credit like all of
demos?
this information is copy pasted from Tegan and Sara archives run by Kenzie. So that's a credit. Thank you, Kenzie, for providing all of that. I just copy pasted. None of the original demos of the songs on this album have ever been released. Re-releases of the album also included an updated version of the song and Darling. And that is the version of the song that is more well known. And this is the first time I hear this, by the way. I need to go and listen to the two versions, and easily available. You can find them. You can find these two versions, by the way, on Kenzie's website. So on tganasaraarchive.com. If you wanna like compare, contrast, whatever. During this era, they released many promotional singles and EPs that included songs not on the album, such as "Empty in Between," "Come On Kids," which was on Scooby-Doo. Was "Come On Kids" on, or that
Wasn't
no,
it
Time
Time
Running
Running?
was no Time Running was on Scooby-Doo, yeah. And "Missing You." The song "Come On Kids" was also included as a bonus track to the album in some re-releases. It's not my favorite, honestly. I don't like "Come On Kids." Tegan mentioned in this, the interview is in there, that they had the songs "Sirens" and "I Want to Play Drums in Your Rock Band" that did not make the album. So these are titles that have not made the album. Well,
And they
that's
also didn't release as bonus tracks or like promotional singles and stuff like the
Yeah.
other ones.
Monday, Monday, Monday has two music videos, if you know. That one is done for like the Australian version, and there's the monkey version.
Yeah, the
We did
official
review
version.
Yeah, the monkey one.
Yeah.
What was the monkey's name? We watched it
Mush
together.
Mush.
Mush Mush. Yeah. So basically, that's for Monday, Monday, and I think I Hear Noises has a really, really nice music video because Tegan looks absolutely fabulous. Living Room, we also did review the music video together with the Cold Water. It has a music video, and that's it. I guess these are the three singles with the music videos. Let's talk about how they have like evolved then versus now when it comes to like their music. If you wanna talk
So
about that, or the band.
also, like one of the reasons If It Was You is my favorite era is because I feel like If It Was You is the core of Tegan and Sara as a band.
It made
How do
them
I
the band they
explain?
wanted to be. It's amazing. It's like it got them out into the world
Yeah,
because they
because I
were.
think that the first two albums they didn't yet feel like we're a band because
Yeah,
they still
yeah.
didn't know if they were gonna do this temporarily and then maybe go to school afterwards. They weren't sure yet
Yeah.
during those eras. And then when If It Was You came about, that's when I think they committed to being a band. It was
And
around that time
they
that
toured
also
a
when
lot during that.
yeah, that's also when Sara moved to Montreal. That was
Oh
the year
yeah.
she moved. 2003 was the year she moved. So like right when they started the If It Was You era, like they released the album, they had like a couple of months into the cycle, and then Sara moved to Montreal. So that also, I think that if maybe Sara hadn't moved, maybe she wouldn't stay in the band, and then they would have a different path. But I think because they separated themselves physically, they were able to focus on
I don't think
like
so. Have you ever heard of The Road Not Taken?
no.
basically it's a poem by Robert Frost and says like even if you like get into the road that's less
Oh, they
traveled
would still
by,
be a band?
yeah, like still like that's their
Yeah,
destiny. That's what they were
but we
meant to
don't
be.
know. But we don't know.
Still, if she didn't
And
take
they've
that
and they've
road,
talked and they've talked about how when Sarah moved to Montreal, that's when she wanted to be a musician because she wasn't like she was around people who were artists,
yeah,
and then she was
they wrote
finally
about that on Substack, right?
no, she talked they talked about it in the Audible.
Ah, okay. I'm sorry to confuse it. Yeah,
That's okay.
it's true.
But yeah, they mentioned her finally realizing that she wanted to be in a band, and that was around If It Was You. So that's when
True.
Tegan and
And she
Sarah,
met Emmy there, and like, yeah. You know, if it was you, reminds me of Emmy. Like, it's like all
yeah,
that time. Like, I didn't live it, but I can exp like the magic of like
it was
being
like the
in
start of
love
Tegan
and
and
like in a
Sarah
new city and
as
like
they
something
are.
new. Yeah, like becoming who you are. It's like the magic of
Yeah,
moving to just like something. It's like I always imagine Sarah just like figuring herself out in that era and it's like walking in the cold of
yeah,
Montreal
and
and in
Tegan, and
the
because of
snow.
that, Tegan was also confident and could trust that the band was going to happen. Because
Yeah.
before that, it was probably like a huge conflict between them, not knowing
Hmm.
what were they going to do about it, like about being musicians or not, or going to different paths. And then If It
That's
Was You
true.
was finally
Yeah.
solidified their commitment to be in a band.
Yeah.
So that's like the very core of Tegan and Sarah as musicians and
Not only that,
producers and writers
producers, thank you,
and as
writers.
sisters.
The lyrics also on If It Was You are very, very like different if you compare them to the lyrics from the songs before. They're like they have the Tegan and Sara sound that we still hear until this day. Like if you hear Not Tonight and Living Room right now, you would think it's like
Hmm.
a song from
And
like 5 years
yeah,
ago, not from 20 years ago. So
yeah, but
like,
also at the same time, the production is a little raw still. It's just
yeah,
instruments. They don't have a lot of
it
like,
has both. Yeah.
yeah, they don't have
And
a lot
their
of
raspy voice and all of that.
addition
And there's also
of.
the really sad lyrics of Don't Confess that
Hmm.
would make you weep for like hours. And I remember weeping for hours, listen to that. Or City Girl. Oh my God, I would walk just like pavements and roads and just cry to City Girl. I don't know why. I was so dramatic when I was 19. Call me.
So how they evolved, I guess, like I said, the production, this for If It Was You, that's when they started having control over the production of their work. And for So Jealous and so on, that just they were more involved in the process of each album more and more as the years
Hmm.
passed.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I guess
Yeah.
that's the how they evolved. And
Well, yeah, I mean, if you compare a Crybaby to If It Was You, they were in two cities apart. They wrote it and like apart and like they were clashing and it was like a hard time. It was like something new. It was like Crybaby, they wrote it together, they produced it together, they sang, they collaborated, and like this is the huge difference. But at the same time, we still put those two albums
yeah,
together as if they're siblings. Like I don't know
yeah,
what is
no,
it
definitely.
these two albums have in common, but they're siblings. I like or like If It Was You is the mother of Crybaby. Like I don't know. This is just my how my brain works. Like
I think that also between If It Was You, So Jealous, The Con, and
mm-hmm,
then
mm-hmm.
Sainthood,
Yeah.
they were like
Uh-huh.
a progression. And then when Heartthrob arrived, they peaked in their
Yeah.
success. Like that's when they solidified their fan base, and people,
Uh-huh.
like more and more people knew
People
about
like
them.
me.
And then after that, they were like, okay, we're good here. We don't need to like go over this more and more and more. So
Yeah.
they started
It's like they
to
went back to their roots.
exactly. And I think that's why also Crybaby and If It Was You are similar in that way, because they're back
Yeah, so it's like
into,
like the plot diagrams, like the peaks,
yeah, like their
there's
focus.
heartthrob, and then there's like, well, If It Was You, so like there's the exposition, and then there's like So Jealous and the Con and Sainthood. They're like their rise in action. Then there is like heartthrob and Love You to Death, and like those are the peak, and then there's like
Yeah,
the going down with like high school. They're discovering, they're going back to their roots with high school, and hey, I'm just like you, and then basically Crybaby, and now they're back
Yeah.
and back, and they pushed it so back that they basically, or they want to reflect on that time that they are planning a tour next year, well, in 3 months basically, which is the Not Tonight tour that we're hoping to see each other. We're gonna talk about that in a bit, about the tours.
Yeah, what
Let's-
are like what
yeah,
are our expectations for the tour and things
yeah,
like
but
that?
before that,
Should we talk about the songs now?
yeah.
Okay.
So first
So,
song is Time Running.
oh, and then the album also sounds very young. Like the thematics are very young. Like for example, this
Of
song,
course.
she's talking about like having like the friends are acting older than who they are,
Mm.
and that's like
It's a
a
Tegan
sign
song.
of
This is a Tegan song, and she mentions therapy, of course. I grow my hair long and wear big coats. I got so lovesick, my sad thoughts flow. This is just very
it's
that very
about
lovesick
growing up.
poetry. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not talking. I think it's best we do a little bit of stopping. I want a house on. I love this. I want a house on a beach, and you and my dreams. I need water and love. I've always thought this is from the ocean. It's
They're
not.
similar themes.
Yeah. Well, Tegan, has similar themes. Always like basically running, calling, crying. So she's also running in here.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's all she writes about.
yeah. And love. She writes about love. I like that
Wait,
between the brackets says screaming.
I got the lyrics confused with Come On Kids.
Oh, a lot of people do that. A lot of people have them confused.
But yeah,
Yeah, I was like,
it's
yeah, you got them confused with Going Kids. I was like, what? Where is
no, it's I got it confused.
Yeah, it's fine. But it's about a relationship. It's basically, and not being able to have time for that because time is running. It's like you're not sure if you can it's like working full time, and then you basically can't see this person, or you're not making amends with this person, blah blah,
Yeah,
whatever.
she's scared of wasting time with her
Yeah,
life right now. Like if she's making the
yeah.
right decisions and things like that, which
You
is
know, young people problems, not ours.
yeah,
We're old, as if. You Went Away is the second song. This is also a
classic
Tegan song.
relationship. Yeah,
Mm.
classic song about relationship, but being very
Yeah.
very much a child about it.
But Tegan songs are a bit more childish than Sarah's, I'm gonna have to say.
Yeah, that's that's the
Yeah.
thing. Like
But she
especially
was
this
going
time
through
around.
like the relationship that she was in. She was like a child in it. Come on. And she was
And
dating
she's
this
whining
really
about a
old woman.
relationship. She's arguing with somebody in the song and
If
being
you went
bad
away
about it.
because you said that you can't stand me, so I went away. I was sure that you can stand me. Well, I don't think we have to be like this forever. Is there more to life than love and being together? It's just she's like holding on to something, but also letting go at the same time. She's a child, basically. And I suppose because she was dating someone who was 10 years older than her, so makes sense.
Yeah, she was dating someone way older than her, so that reflects on the songs for
Mm.
sure.
A lot of her songs, actually, even Don't Confess, I feel like it has something to do with it. Or no, City Girl, actually, not Don't Confess.
Oh no, City Girl for
Um,
sure.
yeah, about that. Monday is one of Sarah's weirdest songs. Like I'm okay, basically. It reminds me of I'm okay. If you wanna
Oh,
What? I think
yeah, it reminds me of I'm okay. I don't know why.
no, I don't think so
Big,
because I think that this song is just about I think that it's about, routine and like not having perspective what's going to happen in life. You're just going through the flow and
yeah,
then
it reminds me as a
but
person of and I'm not saying it's the same theme, but like I basically put them together.
but the structure wise because the themes
No,
I
they're
think are
just
different.
weird. No, they're just weird, like
Oh,
weird Sarah songs. Like
I
weird Sarah
see.
songs that are somehow catchy, like mysteriously catchy. You get it? It's
Yeah.
like this one, what else? We didn't do it, like they're kind of like weird Sarah songs. No, not we didn't do it, sorry. I bet it's tongue. Weird Sarah songs that are surprisingly catchy. Like and I love when she says damn your mood swings. I would listen to that 24/7 and be like, damn your mood swings, damn your mood swings. Um, I love this song. It's like basically it's about them how mundane life is, or like
Yeah.
routine
Yeah, the thing
and
about this album too is that I every time I see the song, I want to say this is one of my favorites. This is one of my favorite. Like the entire album is just like this is
yeah,
one of my favorites.
favorites. No, I love the lyrics because like I'm calling out, I don't really care for your city anymore. I spend the night, I lay awake and miss you when you go. Without me, what's wrong with you? It's like you're so confused. You're just like lost, and you're like someone is kind of giving you like a headache. Mind games. They have like mood swings, and like you have to deal with them. So it's like, oh,
Yeah.
the song is perfect, and I like every like version of it. Um, so that's Monday, Monday, Monday. City Girl. Oh, City Girl. So sad. I love this song so much. I cried so
Yeah.
hard that you pushed me further away, screamed so loud you called the police on me. This is like, oh shit. But oh God, I relate to this song so much.
Yeah, it's
I
another
have no
classic
idea.
Tegan
Yeah,
relationship song, like conflicts in the relationship, and then like
being a child.
no, being a child, but like molding yourself to be someone
Mm,
else's person.
yeah, yeah. Like
Yeah.
she's stuck to that person. Like, oh, I
Yeah,
love this
like
song
how
so
I'll
much.
do everything for you, basically.
Yeah, I work so much,
Even
I miss the
though
sunshine away. So it has to
even
do
though I
with time
hate
running.
even though I
Yeah,
hate everything about it, I still want to do it for you. It's
yeah.
pretty much what the song is about.
She says, I go so crazy. I don't know what to do. Self-deprecating as usual. I mean, if you've heard the Con,
Mm-hmm.
Tegan's best self-deprecating album, um, she basically hates herself in a lot of songs. But I started smoking, thought the signals would scare your wolves away. I love it. Is it your wolves away? Because I think we had a discussion about this.
We had it was walls or wolves.
Yeah,
Yeah. And then
it's wolves.
We're getting confused. Yeah.
the booklet says wolves.
Wolves away. Scare your wolves away. Like your monsters away. Scare your
Yeah.
monsters away. Because like I'm scary now. I'm like I'm an adult. I'm smoking. It's like, oh, that's what I think it is. It's like you're old and like you're controlling, but look at me, I'm an adult too. And Not Tonight basically is also, oh, this is my favorite. This is my favorite because it's just so chill. It's like love, pull your sore ribs in, I will pull your tangles out. It's like I'm here. I can like heal you and I can be there for you. I have traveled nowhere. In the back of your car, I feel like I have traveled nowhere. This is basically from the Hotel New Hampshire, the book that
Mm-hmm.
Sarah loves so much, and the film that traumatized the
Oh,
shit
I
out of
haven't
me.
seen it.
No, I can't. Like one more time, if I watch it, I'll no, it's traumatizing.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
It's literally traumatizing. I don't know.
But
It was a
yeah,
very trigger movie. But
like I'm
this
not gonna say
song
for every song that this is one of my favorite songs because literally every song from this album is one of my favorite
is
songs.
my favorite song. Got her name. It's a very beautiful song. I can't like I
Yeah.
could have an entire episode talking about how good if it like Not Tonight is. But yeah,
And it's
gotta move
also
on.
like one of the classic songs by Tegan and Sara.
Yeah, it's a classic. It's like if I want to like tell someone to hear like a very good like chill Tegan Sara song, I would tell them to listen to Not Tonight. There's also Underwater, it's a Sarah song as well. It's catchy. It's like it has these like nice
Yeah, I love
lyrics.
it. I love the instrumentation of the song and like how
Yeah.
upbeat it is, very upbeat. It's the song that I created. I'm so obsessed with this album that
Mm.
when high school came out, so before it came out, I created a whole soundtrack in my head. If they used If It Was You for high school as a soundtrack, I had every song laid out for like which scenes they would use. Like if they had like a scene with their dad, they should use City Girl. If they had a scene with like their friends, they would
Yeah.
use certain songs. And then Underwater is the song they used for the opening, so
Yeah.
like the opening credits. And then I did an edit on TikTok and I'm so proud of it because I think it's like this song is just, I don't know why it sounds like a song that you would put in at the beginning of a show, like for the
Hmm.
opening credits. It's a like
That's true.
literally what it is. Like the instrumentation is, I don't
Underwater,
know.
I
It,
wrote drowning. It's
it
just ironic. Like I'm underwater and I wrote drowning, as if like I'm trying to
yeah,
save myself, but I'm not really trying. And I
like
love when she says
it
I would go to jail with only bows
creates.
just to prove I was as good as, or I was as, what did she say? I would go to
Yeah,
jail with
I feel like this song creates a film in your head.
tough as you. What?
I think
The song creates like scenes in your head,
Yeah, yeah,
like when
yeah.
you
I
listen
do
to it.
imagine it. I do imagine it. Yeah. I'm a car crush, but I have to get up, and every morning it's a cleanup. It's metaphorical, very, very.
I love the metaphors.
Yeah.
Are we done with Underwater?
We need to move.
Let's not blow our load. Let's roll out.
I hear noises, this Tegan song, and it's like it has the best video ever. I just said that.
It's funny. I hear
Well,
noises. I saw a joke that I hear noises. It's about bed bugs.
well, it could be,
Because
but
I
I am
hear noises in
disappointed.
the
Yeah,
darkness, I guess.
I am disappointed every morning that I wake up. Yeah, I'm disappointed
Hmm.
by the feeling of waking up next to you. Yeah, it makes you just wrote the song for me. Oh my God.
I don't even know where I read that. I think I was doing a banter that she said that or something.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't
yeah,
know.
yeah. It was a banter. Yeah, about bed bugs. Yeah.
Oh, no, no, no. I think she was talking about bed bugs. Like she was telling a story about bed bugs, and then she said that I hear noises about it's about bed bugs. It was a joke, but it makes total sense.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
that's what happened.
But if you have not seen the video for I Hear Noises, please go watch this video. Like you're gonna thank me later. Trust me. There's trivia. Oh shit. Can you read that? I'm tired. I
You,
talked too.
you don't have to read that. It's just about the music video. It's fine. I hear
Oh
noises.
yeah.
Did you talk about? Did at the beginning? Did you mention that I hear noises has a music video at the
At the
beginning of the
beginning.
podcast? You
Yes, I
listed the
did.
videos. I don't remember.
Yeah. Yeah, I said it.
But yeah, it's just about the concept. Like where did they got it from? Which is was from a
Yeah.
movie. They kind of
We
recreated
talked
the
about this.
scene. Yeah, we did. Um, it's a nice. It's not my favorite video, but
I love this video because Tegan looks hot.
and also like I hear noises. I feel like if they sang it live, I don't know if it's gonna sound nice acoustically.
No, it's gonna sound like I can imagine it. It's gonna
I think
sound
they did it.
sad. It's gonna sound really
They did
sad.
it. They did it for Get Along though, didn't they?
Yeah. Living room, the classic. Oh, come on. This is a
Yeah,
classic. Do we
living
really have
room.
to talk about living
No,
room? Like
no.
it's well, and we listened
They.
to
It's
of
the
another version of
living
it, like yeah.
living room is the song that they performed live the most. That is the one.
And it's the beginning of Get Along's the third movie, The States, when it begins, the Get Along begins also, like because it's the first song they would open with back then.
Yeah, I love it live. I love the versions, like every version of it that they've
Yeah,
come up with.
same.
I love them all. Um,
Here's
it's
the
one
thing,
of
I
the
don't
most
hate any
known
song on that
Tegan
album.
and
It's
Sara
just I love it.
songs. We don't have much to say because we know where it comes from, like where what was the inspiration for Tegan to write it about. So we already know so much about it that I feel like we don't have to talk about it
Oh yeah, yeah.
just because it's
We
so
talked
good.
about
And
it, but some songs we've talked about before when we watched the videos and we reviewed
like
those.
I feel like
So
Living Room is one of the songs that people can say that it's overrated, but it's not. It's just it's good. Like it's, you know,
honestly, I don't
it
think
deserves
Closer
the
is
praise
overrated. I
and
don't
the
think Living Room is overrated. I don't think any song is overrated. To be honest, Tegan and Sarah are underrated, so like they can do whatever shit they
right. I mean, Walking with the Ghost,
No, I love it.
overrated.
No. Well, I haven't
Um,
heard it. I haven't heard any song live, so I'm not gonna say anything.
not about being live, just the song in general.
Where
Living
does the
Room,
good go? Maybe, but I love it.
maybe.
I don't know.
Okay, the
Anyway,
next song
there's
is
Terrible Storm, which is a Sarah
it's a
song,
Sarah song.
and
Mhm.
then also it has the lyrics from Hotel New Hampshire.
I love the song,
Um,
and I also like Underwater. I love it because of
yeah,
the instrumentation.
it's also very
Like,
metaphorical. There was a terrible storm, and
mm-hmm,
you were wearing all our coats. It's like you
mm-hmm.
didn't like. We're supposed to be in this together. We're supposed to like help each other deal, but you basically helped yourself out of the storm, and then you left me in the cold and in the storm on my own. face in it.
Yeah.
When we were buried in the snow, I kept warm inside of her clothes. You swore that nothing would ever change the way we were right then. It's just like it was a colder night, bought a hotel. I thought you would never
Yeah,
find
this song
another.
and Not Tonight are songs like
Yeah.
the lyrics were inspired by the book, and then I think when Sarah probably when she wrote these songs, she wrote the instrumentation first, and then she needed lyrics, so she kind of just
You know,
talked
I
about the book
understand
in
this.
a
I
way.
understand because like sometimes I write songs inspired by like the amount of songs I've written inspired, not songs, I mean poems. I don't write songs. But the amount of poems that I write that inspired by like The Great Gatsby or Mrs. Dalloway
Mm-hmm.
are like I understand her love, like how she combines her love for literature and music. There's also And Darling, this thing that breaks my heart. If basically, and this is not my least favorite out of the album, but like it's a song I don't remember that much, but I love this song. Like maybe because it's lovey-dovey and I'm a hater of love. So like I'm all into heartbreak, no love. That's why Love They Say is one of like my least favorite Tegan and Sara songs. Just love. What's that?
But like, why is her heart breaking?
I don't know. She doesn't continue. She's like, you slip your hands inside my pockets, tell me nothing else would do without me. I feel like these lyrics are wrong. Just they both
Like
become one of the strongest pairs.
it's like she's like talking about this relationship that works, but at the same time it breaks her heart.
Yeah, like every
But she
song on
never
this album.
but she never tells us why
No, she's
for
not
this
going to tell
song.
us one. No. That's what I like about their lyrics. They're mysterious enough to make
Oh
you
yeah.
relate to them because every situation is different, but they
Yeah,
also
you
give
can
you
put
like these
yourself
hints. Yeah.
your own situations
And
like
I do
in the
like that
songs.
they use the pronoun you a lot. I mean, now they are finally comfortable using she or her, but they use
Unless
you a lot.
unless
Yeah.
unless she's brokenhearted because like it's so sweet that it breaks her heart.
No, come
Not
on.
this in this case, in this song.
I'm not
Like
sure.
she's so emotional, like her heart is breaking because she's so like
If they have
you
question
know
like
when people
VIP,
cry
do they have
when
VIP for Not Tonight or not?
no
Well, you could have asked that. She
that's
probably
what
tell you, I don't remember shit.
and darling she's not gonna remember what she wrote about.
Right. That's Darling. And there is Want to Be Bad, which is a really fun song by
A really fun
Tegan.
song. It reminds me of Underwater. Want to Be Bad is not Tegan, it's Sarah.
Oh, it's by Sara. Whatever.
It's similar to me at least. It's similar to Underwater.
Yeah, I
It's
always confuse them actually.
yeah, it's a fun song. It's upbeat. It's like
I don't hear it. I don't hear it that much. I used to hear it a lot. I remember, like back then, but because I heard it way too much, I can't just. I don't know. I was addicted to that song in particular. I guess because you're so tragedy and you were hard on me. I guess something like that.
yeah, it reminds me a little bit of Tegan too. Like it might
Oh,
be I don't know if it is about Tegan, but a lot of the thematics remind me of
yeah,
this
yeah,
because
yeah, yeah.
she says that at the end it's you and me together. It doesn't isn't is that the one
Yeah.
that has
Oh, yes, yes. Where morning came, then morning came. We're in this together.
yeah, it's her way to say that like she wants to break free.
Yeah, I love it. I just
She
want to
wants
be
to
bad.
be bad.
I've always wanted to be bad, but I'm a good girl.
Yeah,
Never been bad.
exactly.
I'm just a good girl. Don't Confess, the saddest song on the album, I guess. Very sad. If you want to cry, like if you really want to cry, just listen to that song. You're gonna cry because we all have deep, dark secrets that we want to confess, but we
But I
can't.
don't think this song like I don't think it's a sad song. It's like
It's a sad song.
n- it's a
It's a
sad
sad
song when
song.
you listen to it, but not the lyrics.
No, the lyrics are very sad for me. Don't think I'll
Really?
confess. Yeah, why would I confess that I? Don't think I'll deny. Don't think I'll deny. Why would I deny that I? And don't be so hard on yourself. You won't get better till you're worse. It's so sad. Don't think I'll replace you. Why would I? Why would I escape you? Oh my God.
I feel like that it's not a song
What about
like the
every second I spend waiting drags me closer to this grave? Like it's so dark. I'm
no,
not
it's
alone. I'm
dark,
just on my
but
own.
but the lyrics to me, they're talking about like making sure to let the other know that she's there for them. So it's not
No, for me it's a
so
different
it's
story.
so it's not
It's about like
it's
for me it's
dark and
about
deep, but it's not
a
sad
hidden
per
love
se.
affair, a hidden love affair that like
Could be.
I don't know. Like for me, what I relate to
I feel
it,
like it's like a self-help song.
yeah, I don't know. Like I'm not gonna
People
confess that
kind of.
I'm this thing and or we're doing this thing and but I'm not gonna deny it at the same
Yeah, I
time
mean,
or
like every Tegan and Sara song you can interpret in so many ways.
yeah,
This is one of their longest songs.
on the album or in
It's
general.
like almost in general in their career.
Oh, really? Isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's
And
I
like,
think
are you 10 years
it's
ago? 10 years? Are you 10 years ago? I think it's the longest.
I think it's either like 5 minutes or almost 5 minutes.
Are you sure it's not 10 years ago? Are you 10 years ago?
So Don't Confess is 4:32 minutes. And Are You 10 Years Ago? It's 3:17.
3:32 minutes?
Are You 10 Years Ago is 3:17
Yeah, what about,
minutes,
yeah,
4:32.
Being right is important.
4:32. Ooh,
It's
interesting.
almost a full minute longer.
What about the Con and 19? Can you check?
Yeah. Remember that the con is it's 14 songs, but it's a short album. The songs are not that long. 19 is 2:56. It's not even 3 minutes.
Oh, okay.
And what's the other one?
The
The
Con,
con,
yeah.
3:29.
Okay. Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Very
So
interesting. I
Don't
didn't know
Confess
that.
is it's yeah, Don't Confess is one of the longest. Here I Am, it's one of the longest.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
all of their high school songs are pretty long. Um, but the from the newer albums, like after If It Was You, I would have to like do research, but I remember finding out that Don't Confess is like one of their longest songs.
All right. Yeah. And it's one of their best songs as well. So,
Yeah,
um,
that one live is gonna crush me for sure. Because
why?
I think now it's the time maybe we can talk about the tour and what we expect. Because like all of these songs are like some of my favorites, Tegan or Sarah songs. And I don't know what to expect about the tour. Are they gonna because they've been talking about that it's going to be like a sitting down concert, like all of the concerts have seats assigned. There's no VIP before the show. And it makes it sound like it's going to be similar to the con where they did acoustically, but I don't know for sure because they said somewhere that it's not going to be just the two of them. It's they will have a band, but I wonder if it's going to be very stripped down or if they're still gonna have like a beat.
And it's not only if
Um,
it was you songs, they also are going to perform some of their like fan favorite, they said,
yes,
songs.
and
So
then like I
expect
wonder
Where
which
Does the Good
ones.
Go, Closer, Walking with a
Mhm.
Ghost. Expect 19,
Living room. Oh, but
expect
living room is
Live Room is
stupid.
part of that, yeah. Expect what else? Boyfriend maybe. Expect
Oh, that
I
boyfriend.
Can't Grow Up. So
Maybe yellow.
oh, I love Yellow so much. Well, I don't care. I don't care if I'm there. If it happens and I'm there, let them perform. Let them even like
Anything.
I don't care. Even if they burped in the microphone, I'll be like, thank you, that's awesome.
Masterpiece.
Yeah.
But
I'm
yeah,
just
like
like,
I don't know what to expect, especially since after the audible versions of the songs where they were
yeah.
very dark and deep. Like I wonder if they're gonna do something similar for this tour, or if it's just going to be like the same songs but acoustically. If they're gonna create any like new sounds for each song, or yeah, I don't know what to
I
expect,
think
but
we're
I'm
gonna get
really
also
excited.
merch, like old merch maybe, or old and new merch, or new merch, but old merch, but like
When they did the con acts,
modernized,
did
something
they
like that.
sell old merch from the con, or was
I
it
don't
all
remember. Yeah, I
new?
think so. I don't remember. Come on, my memory is shit. You're asking
I,
someone who
I
doesn't
wasn't there, so I
remember.
don't remember. I mean, I wouldn't know, but we'll see about merch. Like, I don't know if they're gonna.
But
Hopefully, there will be some
that basically, this is, we're
recreations.
talking about the upcoming tour, which is the Not Tonight tour, but let's not forget that they have toured this album a lot. The first tour was in 2002, you know, for
New
If It Was You.
songs. Yeah.
Yeah. But then they opened for Ryan Adams, October 3rd till October 30th, 2002. That was If It Was You era. Born in the 80s tour. Now that's their tour of If It Was You, November 1st till December 4th. 2002, so it's a month. And then there is the interior BC and West Coast, British Columbia and West Coast USA tour. It started January 12th until February 25th of 2003. There's the Endless tour that started March 1st and ended March 21st, 2003. And you have to know that Sara, like, they canceled some of the shows, I think, or they canceled the tour, something like that happened because she was, or they were against the war in Iraq, something like that.
But did they cancel shows because of that, or did they
That's
just
what
like
I don't remember, but I remember they
support
marched,
it?
they canceled shows, something like that, basically
Mm.
something. Ben Folds College of America tour, April 2nd till April 17th of 2003. Europe tour, opening for Hot Heat, May 8th till May 22. And there's West Coast America Summer Extravaganza tour, July 4th till August 21st,
Yeah, that was one of the
2003.
longest ones.
Yeah. And there is the Australian tour also, August 27th till September 12th. And there's East Coast Canada tour with Matt Sharp, October 30th till December 2nd. So they basically spent 2 full years touring, like basically with barely any stop. And now they're going, oh, there's a canceled show, ironically. It's in Pittsburgh. And that was on September 21st. I'm in Farm Aid.
Yeah, the same town that was canceled this year for Crybaby, Pittsburgh, was also canceled for If It Was You.
Yeah. We're looking forward to see in this upcoming tour. I'm just looking forward to see their I don't know, even silhouettes, their existence. If I see them in person, I'm looking forward to everything. If I don't see them in person, if I just like end up seeing like banters, I'm looking forward to seeing new outfits. Maybe renewing their hairstyle, like if they could like do the same hairstyle, even though I doubt it. As
No, I
they
don't think
before,
they're
like dyeing
gonna.
their hair. No, they're not gonna do that.
I don't think they're gonna I don't. I
Can
like. I
they
have a
please
feeling.
wear the same tight clothes that they wore before?
Yeah, I don't
Things
think
like
they're
that.
gonna like replicate the air. I think they're gonna. I wonder if they're gonna. Because I don't know why. If It Was You in my head is very black and white. Like the colors are very black and
Same,
white. I think it's
same.
because of the
Why? The
cover. I
album, the
think
cover, yeah.
yeah. So like, I wonder if they're gonna do something like that for like every time I picture them on stage. I picture like the outfits being like
You know,
between
if
black
it
and white
was
and maybe
you,
gray.
for me, if it was you equals vampires equals Buffy. Here's the thing. I guess that's my thing with this album. It's just it reminds me of an era I'm stuck in and a childhood
Hmm.
era that I just love so much. So yeah,
Makes sense.
yeah.
Yeah, but then for the tour, for the Not Tonight tour, I don't know what they're gonna do. Like, what if they show up in vampire clothes?
I don't care. They could
I
slap me.
know, but this is not the question. If you're gonna like it or not, the question is like, what do you think they're gonna do?
They're just gonna wear their really wide outfits and
Yeah,
it's gonna be the same hair and it's just gonna be the
probably,
same. Yeah.
especially
It's not gonna
Sara.
be different. Yeah. Um,
But
I don't know.
I am very
I
excited.
guess they're gonna wear like the colors are gonna be black and white probably, or black, mainly black. I don't know why.
That
I
I
think
don't know
so.
why I keep picturing it like that.
Maybe black and red. I do think black and red because it was a bit their emo era. They looked emo a bit. So
But
like
that's the thing. Like every other color reminds me of other eras, and then If It Was You is very very monochrome. It's like gray and like it
it
doesn't have
is.
like I can't picture If It Was You having red in it or blue or yellow
my
or
problem is that
maybe
well,
brown.
maybe Sarah would dye her hair. Who knows? Um,
Could you imagine if Tegan let her hair
fun
grow out
fact,
and
fun
Sarah dyed
fact,
it blonde? That would
fun
be
fact. That would be amazing. I would die. I would literally die.
That's dying. That's dead. That's over.
Not even having to
that
see
would
them, I
be a
would die.
move.
But there's a problem with that. Like there, I have to say this. I can't hold it in. So there's this old interview of about the cover of this album, and it's basically, I don't know. I think you need to censor this.
But that's the
Um,
thing, I can't find it. Like I
if we can find it,
can't
basically
find
we
it
can't find it,
to
but we read
save
it.
my life.
And it's basically the cover looks like I mean
No, the
they're
photographer asked Sarah to make a face she would make in bed. And
uh,
it was in an interview
um
she said that, and I can't find it to save my life.
and basically the eyes is
The
basically,
ice.
yeah,
Bedroom
and
bedroom ice.
bedroom eyes. Um, by the way, there's this picture. It's like someone is on the bed and the other is like against the bed.
That's a single.
Yeah, the singles
It's the single for time running.
time running, but it's the same photographer of this. But why isn't it here?
Yeah,
So yeah.
because
Also
it
like
was
very bedroom eyes and these things.
only used for the single.
Mm. So yeah, that's basically these are the hair and the style of that era. Very 90s or late 90s, early 2000s, very feminine.
Yeah, because like if it was you, also I think Sarah said that until she moved to Montreal, she cut her own hair,
But it was
and
good.
so they were trying to fit into a style that like were it wasn't their style. They were trying to fit into a style that was popular at the time. But
Yeah,
then
pop. It's pop.
yeah, but then after like in So Jealous, that's when they started having their own
Yeah.
trends. Like they did what they wanted to do instead of they were more edgy, and they were
Mhm.
still a little bit feminine, but it was like more on the edgy side. It was
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah. Yeah, because basically what they looked in If It Was You is just classic, very classic early 2000s and late 90s, because right now we're
yeah.
basically having this we have the same trends right now. Like same clothes, 90s. My closet's all 90s and like early 2000s. And I remember like when I cut
Oh
my
yeah,
hair, remember 2 years ago when I told you I'm gonna get Tegan's If It Was You
Tegan's
haircut?
cut hair or
Yeah,
haircut.
haircut.
Yeah, no,
So
but
it's
I
like
remember now what Sarah said was that they used to dress as like big kids instead
big
of
kids, yeah.
adults.
Yeah, yeah,
They were
yeah.
like tall children.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So like all of these trends are back, and I I love this trend of clothing, and I don't know, I love that era so much that I'm stuck in it and I love it. So it's my favorite. Now, our favorite banter or interview, I don't have a lot of memory when it comes to banters, but I know that my favorite interview is the one with Vicky.
If you go on YouTube and you find Kenzie's channel on YouTube, she has a playlist for each era.
Mm-hmm.
So the Vicky interview for sure
Mm-hmm.
is a very good one. They did I think 2 interviews on MTV, or one of them was on Much Music, that are good
Oh
as
yeah.
well.
I thought it was MTV or Much Music. Is
Like
it?
you can see
I like
how
this
young they
one.
were and
There's
how
one, yeah, Sarah holding a doll, like a broken doll, something like that. I don't know. That was also funny. She was very
they
talkative.
didn't have like the media training yet. Like they talked about things very
Mm,
candidly. Like
yeah.
there
And
wasn't a lot
very
of
raw. They were
filter.
very no filter. Oh, I mean, Sarah never had a filter. Let's be honest. She still doesn't have a filter.
But that's
But
the thing.
like
During this era, Tegan also didn't have a filter.
they
It
didn't
wasn't
have a
just
filter.
Sarah.
Yeah. It's like they just talked and talked and talked, and it was like, oh my God,
But
what's
you
going
can
on?
see whoever is interviewing them is like fascinated. Like they're like
Yeah, there's like, what is going
hypnotized.
on? Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. They're
Like they're dynamic. They steal the
yeah.
show, like when they're together and just
Come on,
talking,
they're charmed. They're charming.
bantering.
They're charming. That's why we fell in love with them. It's just they're funny.
Oh, it was during this era also that they did the Hot or Not on the streets of Vancouver.
Oh, I
They would
love this.
ask
I
people
loved it. Yeah.
about like Britney Spears and Christina Aguilera, are they hot or
Yeah.
not? She says, maybe I should start humping them for them to like me, because like no one wanted to talk to her.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
Like they would try to interview people and they would just walk away. But like banters doing concerts, that's a little bit harder because
Yeah, because
there aren't many.
yeah, I don't remember any banter from If It Was You, to be honest. Like I can't like anything right now. It's failing.
Anyways, that's a fail on us not to remember like decent
Well,
banters
because
from
there aren't any
this
like
era.
banters that are, I mean, come on, let's open it. Like, let's leave it here. Do you recommend any banters? Please post them if you do recommend any banters. Link them to us because I would like to watch banters of that era because I haven't watched a lot and I don't remember many.
For sure, we watched them. We just don't remember that they're from that era because
Oh, true, true. Yeah.
until the con, it's like mumbo jumbo. Like everything
Uh-huh.
seems the same. Like
Yeah.
because you can't distinguish the videos that much because there are so few of them.
And they're not very high quality. So basically. Anyway, I guess that's it for If It Was You.
But you know what? There's also a show they did. It was an in-store. They did
Mm.
where
Is it the
Tegan,
20 minutes, something like that?
I'm not sure. Tegan is wearing sunglasses because she
I
has the
know
pink
that.
eye.
I know that. I remember that banter actually. It was fun.
That video is
Yeah.
really good. They perform and
Yeah.
they also banter a lot, and that's when Tegan talks about getting a letter from Sara, but didn't tell Sara
Mhm.
she got it, but tell everybody
Yeah,
else.
yeah. I remember this. Yeah.
That was during If It Was You. That's a good one.
They also talk about there is this banter about the Hotel New Hampshire. They talk about it. Sarah was wearing yellow, I think. A yellow top. I
That's
remember that.
the Ottawa. That's when they did the folk festival in Ottawa.
I
Ottawa's
think
folk
so.
festival, I think. That's a really good one too. There's a full show, and then all the banters are there. They talk about, I think,
Yeah.
the what's the name? Hotel New Hampshire.
Yeah, Hampshire.
I think this is one of the banters from that concert. But they also talk about, I think this happened right before the time that Tegan or Sara couldn't make to a concert and then Tegan had to perform alone. That was one of the only times that happened. I think maybe the only time
Oh
because Sara
yeah.
couldn't go.
Yeah. I remember that actually.
They talk about like wearing skirts and stuff, and they were like, "That's not me."
Oh yeah, there is this picture of them wearing this skirts, like these skirts. No, is it Sarah wearing a skirt?
They're wearing
Oh,
skirts and tights.
no, I know this one, but there's also a picture of Sarah wearing like a blue top and a skirt.
Yeah, I think it's from the same photo shoot. She's
Yeah.
wearing, it's like overalls, but it's a skirt instead of
Yeah.
pants.
Yeah. Oh, and like pantyhose underneath or something, like a tights underneath actually. Anyway, yeah, so that's I guess about it in the If It Was You era.
Yes, iconic era, best era of Tegan and Sara, the
That we're gonna
essence of
relive
Tegan and
again.
Sara.
Yeah, it's gonna be renewed,
Very
relived.
very excited about the Not Tonight tour because as a new fan, I never thought I would see
Something like
these
that.
songs live or even because I
Mhm.
like they never really talk about this era a lot. They talk about
No,
So
no,
Jealous a lot and The Con a lot. I feel like If It Was You, Sainthood, and
was
Love It to Death,
abandoned. Yeah.
yeah, they don't really
No. I mean, come on, there is
talk
no
about
era
those
that's
eras
very,
that much.
I mean, that the Hey, I'm Just Like You album is very abandoned as well.
But Hey, I'm Just Like You, I feel like it's still very recent.
Fresh? I don't know, but it's abandoned. They don't sing any
No,
song of that
totally,
era.
totally. And I don't think they're gonna add any of the songs on this tour for sure from the Hey, I'm
Yeah,
Just
of
Like You.
course. Yeah.
I don't think they will. I hope one day they tour the album. Like maybe even if it's in the future when they start doing
Maybe if
like
we get
reunion
High School
tours.
Season 2 or something.
Oh yeah. But yeah, totally like that album was like for them over and done. Feels like,
Yeah.
but maybe one day they'll come back to it because I have to say it's one of my favorites in the sense that like the songs so different than everything else that they've done, and they
Yeah.
are so, in my head, they are so uniform together, the
Mm-hmm.
whole album.
Yeah.
And
It's
it's a
it's
shame that, like, it's a really good album, just the album itself, like the songs themselves, the production. It's a really, really, really good album, and it didn't get
get that
enough
chance.
attention,
Yeah, I understand.
even though it was like an experimental. I think it's a really good album. The songs are full songs, you know. But we're not talking about him just like it today. We're talking about
Yeah.
if it was you. Um, so yeah, I hope that we probably missed some stuff, but
I
I just
mean,
really wanted to talk
people
about
can
this
comment
era.
and tell us if anybody has
Yeah.
seen them on this during this era, please tell us.
Oh yeah. Jess did.
Jess did, yeah.
She's for sure listening. It's her favorite album and
Yeah.
one of her favorite eras because that's when she became a fan, when she first saw them live.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because she was a fan then, and then
She had to live her
stepped
life.
away.
Yeah.
Yeah, for years and years, and then she came back doing Crybaby.
Yeah. That's why
I
I
think,
cry baby, and if it was your very like
yeah, which I think it's interesting.
mm,
It kind of ties it together. It's like full circle.
yeah.
But yeah, if you've been to any of the concerts, if you want to share anything about the era, let us know.
If you find the
Um,
interview, like a link for that interview that they basically mention.
I don't think they're gonna because
No.
Kenzie and I found it when we were for the website.
Can you ask Kinsey too?
I did. We looked for it. We can find it.
Oh
It's so
God.
weird.
Maybe they removed it. Maybe it's removed.
Maybe I don't know.
Yeah. Well, anyway, that's our it's a short episode, it's a chill episode, I guess today. Before
Mhm.
we say goodbye, let's just share our handles very quickly.
I'm not TNS lyrics on Twitter and Peroko Debbie on TikTok.
Inflated gravy on Twitter. You can find our you made a link tree, right?
Yes. So we have a Twitter for the podcast where you can message us. That's where I guess
You
if you
can
want to,
suggest.
yeah,
Yeah.
if you want to get in touch with us, Twitter is the best place. I did create an Instagram, but I'm
Yeah, we're not that
um
famous.
so but that's
Just a
like I
little
wanted
bit.
to I wanted to start the Instagram because I wanted to reach more people, but I don't want to create more work for myself, you know?
Yeah,
Most of their fans are on Instagram.
that's true.
But on Twitter, we are Wanna Talk TNS Pod. And then there's a link with the link tree that has Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube.
Hmm.
That's it.
That's it. Yeah, I guess that's enough. So that's where you can find us basically if you want to message us or like suggest
Yeah, if you
something, if
want
you want to
to.
be a guest as well.
Mm-hmm.
If you like sometimes we run out of topics, so like we can suggest some to us. Anyway,
So thanks for
happy holiday.
listening.
Thanks for listening.
Thank you.
Happy holidays. I hope you're
Oh, by the
having good
way,
holidays.
we might record a few episodes in a row and then they're going to be released way later.
Uh,
So we're going to try whenever we record like the news and stuff, we're going to try to catch up, but they might not make sense. So just so you guys know, whoever's listening, that we might release episodes that were recorded way in advance. So
mhm,
just so you know. But if you have a
basically.
topic you want to talk about, let us know. Like if you want to be a guest, because sometimes
I think
we
this episode is gonna come out
struggle
next
finding
week,
topics.
next
Yeah.
Sunday.
What
So
day
it's
is
like
today?
so Happy New Year.
Oh,
Yeah.
you know what? It might come out when the Zoom happens with Tegan and Sara, January 7th. So hopefully we'll get
Okay.
more news today. Anyways,
All
thanks
right.
for listening, and I'll see you soon. Talk to you soon.
Bye.
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 Yeah.
And
Can
in
you
the
hear
back
the
of this,
cat?
yeah, I can hear the cat. When we talk later on, I'll tell you. Well, they can't hear us. Wait, this is not live. Actually, the baby, at one point I heard the baby crying, and I was like, is it coming from like here or
It's
there.
it's the
Like I was like,
kittens.
nobody has a baby, and like it's
No,
the
it's the
kittens, right?
cats. Yeah.
Yeah,
I love the
metaphorical.
metaphorics.
Hold
Or
on.
sorry, I said metaphorics. That's not a word.
Oh, it's fine.
At the beginning, did you mention that I Hear Noises has a music video? I think you forgot.
Yeah, I did like 500 times.
I
What's wrong
Hear
with you?
Noises?
Yes. What's the matter? What's the matter? I just want to be bad.
Oh my God, the cat is going crazy.